What's up, dogs and dogettes? Just an FYI, I will be live streaming tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time over at www.hitbox.tv/sharkdog25. So come on over, we'll play some regular games and we'll play a bunch of custom games so we get as many people as we can involved in the games and have a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll see you there. Remember, www.hitbox.tv/sharkdog25, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this video comes out at 7 a.m. So 11 hours later, I will be live streaming. And yeah, I think that's about it. So bring your A game, because I probably won't bring mine. We'll see you there. What's up, dogs and dogettes? Welcome to a news update video with your boy Sharkdog25. Switching it up a little bit. Because the big roadmap for 2016 has been released for Block and Load right after update 2.6. Everybody knows about the update 2.6 so far. Wildcat, perk balancing, displayed, ranked mode. They bumped you back. New arenas, which is cool. But we're going to go into the roadmap. We're going to check out what's been going on. They have a few interesting things here going on. And I want to hear your thoughts as well. So, let's go right down the list. Block rebalance. Quick pass on blocks is needed to make hero balance more relevant. Many devices like Tony's turrets can do as much damage or more than some heroes' weapons, which is interesting. There are also world blocks that need some attention. We'd like to give sandbags and crates a use again. I use this, not the sandbags, I guess. I don't use crates. I never really did use, but it'd be interesting to see what they do with the sandbags and the crates. Not sure how they're going to make them that useful, unless you can, place them over a chasm, and as somebody's walking over, you can have cogwheels shoot the crates and just blow them all up and drop them down into a pit of lava or something like that. But it'd be like basically a one attack thing, where people would be able to fall for it, over and over again. Sandbags, I've never used the sandbags, so. And Tony's turrets, it sounds like they're going to nerf those. I don't know if they're going to drop down the fire rate, drop down the damage, up the cost. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Progression changes. Change progression to remove power gains and add additional non-mechanical rewards. Gold cosmetics. Removing the power components of progression will also make hero balancing more straightforward. This is interesting. I'm assuming it's like level 1 through 10. Like as you level up a character like Nigel, you get like the boost, you get the sight through walls that he has. You get it from 2 up to 4, and it takes less time to cool down, and you get more and more to use. And just giving him more gold and cosmetics, like skins and stuff, which is cool because the skins costing platinum. I feel like, some of those skins shouldn't be worth like, 500 platinum. That's like $3 for a skin. I don't know about that. So, this is interesting to see what they'll go with that. So, it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. The hero balances. This is what I really want to get into. Now, Tony, after his turrets, the other key element balancing, Tony has his rivet gun. As this is only damaging weapon. In order to make the rivet gun feel to be more like a shotgun, we need to fundamentally change the way it works. That means that it's going to take a little more time to complete. So, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with the shot. It already has like a shotgun feel. And you can increase the amount of pellets, I guess you will, like in a shotgun shell, by upgrading the perk, getting more rivets in the rivet gun. I don't know if they're going to give his secondary of the glue gun, like, an alt burst where, like, you can glue somebody and slow them for a second. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that, but it'd be interesting to do if you can alt fire the glue gun if someone's attacking and like he's hitting on your cube, or he's about to go in and die on a cube. You hit him with a shot, and it slows him like the half speed, like he just ran through a swath of glue on the ground. It slows him down so your teammates can rally and kill him and potentially save the cube. So Um, that's going to be interesting to see what they do with Tony. Rolly. Rolly's been too much of an all-rounder who overlaps with the abilities of other characters. I understand, particularly gas attacks, which I utilize probably too much. So it's a fundamental change in the way these weapons abilities work. So this takes a little more time. I'm not quite sure what they mean as far as the gas. Because you got Rolly's boost ability. You can climb walls, scale, jet out of someplace really quick with, the left click. And then the right. Other than the gas, can you put down like some flames or something? Can you burn somebody for a couple seconds? That might be a little bit better thing if you can burn somebody instead of just having gas. Because I know if Rolly is under the ground and you're trying to dig and get to Rolly could just gas and affect you through 2 or 3 blocks. And by the time you get there, you're half health and then a couple shots and you're dead. So if you change it to like a fire ability where like she boosts past you in a way and lays a trail of fire behind her, that might make it a little bit more, I guess, not easy, because it's but I mean, the players can still run through the fire as well, the opponents. So maybe if they put the fire up, maybe that's one way they could go with it, or an ice, something that'll slow people down so you can kind of make a getaway. I don't know. I'm just right off the top of the dome here, just thinking. Kira, I agreed with this one. Kira feels too much like a toned down Sarge, so I need to find her place in the roster. Really focus on what she should be good at. Yeah, I mean, you got the machine gun with Kira. You have the duels, but I mean, Sarge's machine gun basically holds the same amount of ammo as the duels, maybe more ammo. And then the rocket, and then the kitty launcher, which you can alt fire and then have it, just basically a time bomb for Kira. But yeah, they definitely need to change something with her. Maybe do a damage boost with her F ability. Because I know her clips are just so short. They run out really quick. So you have the F ability. Maybe just change it to a damage boost while she's in there. And for, your team members as well. Just trying to think off the top of my head. I didn't have any notes for any of this stuff. I looked at it earlier. That's why I wanted to cover it. So that's interesting where they want to go with her. I do feel like she's a toned down Sarge because he's got the portal, which is basically, a respawn point if you want it to be that. I'm not quite sure where they want to go with this. Maybe make a kitty bomb. Something that blows up and then more kitties fountain off it, and then they blow up again, kind of like a frag grenade with extra grenades in it. Something like that. I don't know. So Astrella is a lot of fun to play, but hard to play well, which I agree with. We want to try and give her more of a purpose and make some of her kit a little more fluid in its use. Honestly, I think all you really need to do with Astrella is just give her a health boost. Because she dies very quick one-on-one to Cogs, Sweet Science, basically all the bronze. She dies very quickly. So if you give her a little extra health, or just make her ray gun a little bit more powerful, because her ray gun is kind of useless. It doesn't have a big clip. It doesn't do that much damage. You lose one-on-one battles all the time. So that's 2 possibilities that could change with Astrella. Maybe the extra health would make her a little OP, especially when she cube dives. So maybe that's not the best way. But just thinking outside the box here. So Nigel is a fairly strong hero. Yeah, right. No, he is. I'm just not very good. I'm not a very good rifle shot with him. Really does outshine his revolver. We wanted to try and give both weapons uses, different ranges, and different situations. So that's interesting if they try and change the revolver a little bit. Yeah, I'd make it... even keeping it at the same damage, but just making it an 8-shot revolver instead of a 6-shot would definitely up the ante and make you want to use it a little bit more. 6 shots, it doesn't do that much damage. You definitely need more of a clip. So I think you make an 8-shot revolver. It might make it a little bit more practical. I do like everything else with Nigel. I do like the tiki heads, how they increment up. I think you just put 1,000 tikis if they're all the same price, like we used to do. Yuri can be a strong hero in the right hands. We don't want to take away from that. However, with his heavy reliance on ice and snow, steep learning curve. We want to try and make sure that there's a primary and secondary weapon are both useful just in different situations. I think an easy way to change this, and I mean I keep running into this situation too. Say you have infinite snowballs because you're standing on a snow block. What's to say that you couldn't carry like 6, 8, 10 snowballs with you away from that snow block? You know, as soon as you're away from the snow block, you get one snowball, you're done. So if, you know, this happened to me in one of the games that I'll probably be showing later this week. I had a creepy to clown punching his fists, his boxing gloves at me, and they were blowing up, and they were blowing me off the snow block. So every time I'd get blown up in the air, I'd stop throwing snow. And he'd just keep blowing me up in the air, so eventually all my snow was gone. But I couldn't keep throwing snow while I was in the air. I had to wait till I landed to get more snow and to throw. And I just kept getting blown up in the air over and over and over again. It happened a few times, and I died a couple times because of it. Now, if he was able to have, like, say a lot of 6 snowballs, where he gets bounced in the air, or he's running away from his snow, he can turn around, throw 6 snowballs, not enough to kill an opponent unless they're really low on health, but just enough to kind of like, hey, you know, I still have something to deal with, and you have to switch to your alt weapon, the snow thrower, which takes like 5 seconds to warm up and start throwing snow, and doesn't really do that much damage anyways. So if you had the snowballs, I think it'd be a little bit more better. Just saying, if you had just, you know, a couple that you could store, I'd say 5 to 6. You don't need to make it 10. 5 to 6 as you run away. So that's one thing I would add. I mean, I like the ice. I like the avalanche. I like all that stuff. I mean, he can be a fun character to play. He was definitely a lot more fun when he could just damage the cube with endless snowballs. But I'm glad they made that change too. So let's move down to Genie. Dream Genie's unique construction mechanic definitely sets her apart from the other heroes. As we rebalance different blocks, so I'll need to look at Genie in particular to make sure that this doesn't negatively affect her. I think Genie's good the way she is. You know, her F ability is very, very strong, especially with turrets and, you know, miasma mines, fire traps, all that stuff, tiki heads. I think she doesn't have too much health. She's got a good ult ability. She had a good regular ability, which I don't use that much. I use more of the explosives with her, but I think she is in good shape. I think she's in good shape. Now, Vander, I've been saying this for months. So with an accurate primary weapon and a secondary weapon that affects a wide area, Vander can be a very strong hero. I agree. However, his Tesla coils require his presence to activate, so he can end up feeling quite static. Pun intended, of course. Let's see what we can do to try and counter this. One thing you could do is have the Teslas charge up. You know, use your ability, you know, and charge them up so they can burst out like 1 or 2 lightning bolts, you know, when you're not there. As else they're just useless. They're just, no one attacks them. No one is afraid of them. You know, they don't do that much damage even when you do hit them with the power glove. If you can charge up the Teslas, and I mean it makes sense because Vander can run around, generate ammo, and keep charging them up. You know, one way to counter this so they don't become too overpowered is make the Tesla coils, you know, moderately expensive, or have the lightning damage be low. But I feel like the Tesla coils are just non-existent. No one uses them. No one wants to use them. They're a waste of bricks. So have them charge up. Have them hold a charge. And then when an enemy comes in, you know, it zaps them. And they don't have to all chain together and link together. Just an enemy zaps them. And it just kind of, it's almost like a fire trap, you know, where it just does the explosive damage of the fire trap. And that's it. So that's my plan for Vander. I think that would make him a very usable character, and I think he'd be used a lot more if that was the case, especially since there's only a few strictly defensive characters. Sweet Science. In the right hand, Sweet Science can be absolutely devastating. I agree. However, some of his attacks, particularly his Graviton Stance, pull alternate attack, can leave players confused as to what just happened. I think Sweet Science is strong. His F ability makes him very strong because he gets health. It takes out the turrets, takes out all that mechanical stuff. The EMP blast. So I think Sweet Science is strong. I feel. I think he's in a good place. I think he's strong. He doesn't have. I feel like his range sometimes is ridiculous with his gloves, like 4 or 5 blocks away. But that might be just the lag between computers. So I think Sweet's in a good place right now. Actually, I think he's in a sweet place. Now Eliza, OP1, Cogwheel, Sarge, hopefully feel a reasonable state, but need to be looked at next to a newly balanced hero, especially when considering counters. We'll identify the tweak as we go. I feel like OP1 is incredibly strong for people that know how to use them, and I'm not one of them. But he's got that smoke that disorients you. I understand it's the smoke bomb and all that stuff because that's what ninjas use. But he's got the smoke bomb. He's got the martyrdom. He can hit you at distance with throwing stars. He can dominate you up close with the sword. He's got the F ability to disappear and get health back. I mean, he has like every advantage possible out there. I feel like the martyrdom is just. I hate that martyrdom. It's dumb. It's dumb. One thing with the F ability. Take away the bomb. Don't leave the bomb there. I feel like he's so strong that he should be able to, place bombs and blow stuff up. Not just, I'm going to dive in. F ability gone. Okay, I blow some stuff up. 60 seconds later, you do the same thing. And you just keep doing that for like 10 minutes. It's just, you're not really attacking the cube. And it's just, you're not really doing anything active to attack the cube. It's just you're running in, hit your F ability, you get all your health back. You run in, you hit F ability. It's just rinse and repeat, and it's pretty annoying. So I think that's the only thing I would change with those. Cogwheel, good. Sarge, good place. Eliza, I agree, are all pretty good. Eliza is definitely stronger now that the barrier's been put up around the cube. So, but let's just cover a few of these last points. So separating casual, ranked. It used to be one classic game mode. Now they're going to switch it up. I just play ranked every time. I don't play the casual at all. I don't test out characters. But I understand the need for it for new players, that they don't want to go to ranked right away. They just want to test them, have some fun casually. But I don't know if they get enough games with casual players unless, you could have one person in the game and then just have other people join, like that. But trying to get full squads in casual, I don't know how easy that's going to be. But I understand why they're separating them. Performance fixes, relationships to the game, most related to high impact visual effects and other client side issues. Yeah, I mean that's whatever. That's just normal stuff that goes on. 3-tiered queue. We currently have a new player queue where new players are generally matched with other new players where possible. Which is good. I like that. Using a similar system, players over a set player level and or MMR rating would be flagged and put in the top tier bracket. The similar private initial gates will hope will keep players similar experience playing together. And this I liked. I like the 3-tier queue. I do like playing with new players. I like the whole mentor thing that they used to have. I feel like the communication, since I'm recording, I'm not talking in the game. I'm not being like, hey, what's going on? I type stuff, people, like, hey, Cogwheel, dig under the cube and mortar. We need to take on their defenses. Or, Toretto, put up some fire traps along with your turrets. We need some defense right next to the cube. Or don't block in the cube if we don't have any, gas abilities on our team. There's just some of the things that I say Not everybody agrees with what I say, but everybody has their own style. So new tutorial hero tutorials. Those are pretty cool. Those are in progress. I know they got those on youtube.com/blockandload. You can go to their channel. They got a bunch on there. So they might be adding a few more. Research and design products, longer timeline or a certain scope. The following projects are on a longer term radar. So arena voting, change the way maps are selected in the lobby. I feel like if you had more than 2 selections, maybe 3 selections, and just have a wider range of maps in the rotation. They got a good selection of maps. Just have like 12, 15 maps in rotation instead of like 8 or 10 or whatever they got. And have 3 to choose from. Just mix it up a little bit. Have a 1, 2, or a 3 cube one each time. Depending on what people want to play. They want a quick game. Okay, well we'll try the 1 cube. They want a slower, like more drawn out, more competitive game, maybe 3 cubes. I guess it depends on the map as well and the teams, but that's how I would look at it. Clan system, persistent clans or clan identification. The 25 clan is up. I finally found how to change my name. So the 25 clan is live. So I got to figure out some sort of initiation process for the 25 clan. I'll have to think about that. I'll put out a video soon, but you'll see in videos probably starting this weekend where I have the 25 in front of my name. And it's going to be a casual come as you want, leave as you want type clan. Mainly dedicated probably to my live streams and stuff like that, where I was like, 25 clan. Maybe we can get some competitive clans where I could talk to Animus over at GS or FaZe over at KS or something and be like, hey, a 25 clan versus KS, we'll have some fun, just go in a custom match and, battle it out. So the 25 is real. It is real. The lobby system before matchmaking that will allow players to find good squads, play with ranked and casual modes. Okay. I like the squads areas. I remember you could get the 5-person squad in the old one. I like the 3-person squad. It kind of doesn't make a team too overpowered, and you can definitely do that in the custom games, which is fine. Comm systems, in-game communication improvements. I guess there are some issues that happen. I don't speak in-game too much. I left my mic on for about a week and a half, so probably people listen to my commentary, but I don't know if it was actually working. So anyways, yeah, so that's it. I think they have a good plan here. They definitely put some thought into this. They've been listening to the community. Right here, you can go to the community, go to the Steam community, and check it out. They always have forums and stuff like that. Actually, let's pop over. Let's see what's going on. Oops. Hey, my video's down here. Ha. Forums. Here we go. Block and load Steam. Yeah, so, 1 hour ago, 3 hours 22. Shawnee's putting stuff up. Regis putting a bunch of stuff up. Sally's doing a bunch as well. So they're definitely listing the people that have, questions, comments, concerns. So this one's about the public TeamSpeak server. That's cool. Block and load development roadmap. That's kind of sweet. What's the plan, which is what we're talking about. So definitely check this stuff out. And you can join my my group too. Groups. If you haven't done so on Steam yet, join Hark's Dogs. I do post in here occasionally, as you can see. Not too many people post. There's 6 online right now. But I do post in here. I also post on Twitter at Hark.25 when I'm going to be doing live streams and stuff like that. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Be sure to follow me in the group here. I check it out every day, couple days or so. Usually I just glance at it. Nobody's really chatting in here, but we got 46 members, 42 members. So a decent amount of people in here that, if you want to, if you're new to the game, you just want to be like, hey, I'm new to the game. You can always leave comments on my channel, but you can also go into here. It's basically a block and load community here. So Be like, hey, I'm new to the game. I want people to play with. People will respond. So in time, they will respond. So, and you can direct message, some of these people too. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, a little bit change of pace, but I wanted to bring you some news. And, just a little change up from all the gameplays I put out every day. So, as I said in the beginning of the video, I will be live streaming tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is Chicago time, Chicago, USA. So if you want to play with me, we'll play a couple just regular games probably right away, and then we'll get some custom games. So I think we're moving more towards just getting custom games. Getting at least 2 or 3 of those in, because it's a lot of fun playing with 10 people and just playing with a bunch of friends. So anyways, like the video, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time over at www.hitbox.tv/HarkDog25. And I may also start simul streaming or streaming over on Twitch as well, depending on what people want. I've been doing Hitbox only because I'm partnered with Hitbox, so I can get revenue through there. Twitch, you need thousands of followers basically to get partnered there, so it's a little bit easier over at Hitbox. So it'd be nice if you guys came and supported me over at Hitbox. So we'll see you there. Take care. Dogs and nuggets, thank you so much for watching this amazing block and load gameplay. If you enjoyed that one, maybe you'll enjoy some of the gameplays from my beta playlist or from the release playlist. And if you have not done so already, hit the subscribe button for me. It'll make me feel all warm and fuzzy, Tony Toretto style.